And the hospitality industry in India's capital, New Delhi, is gearing up for a pivotal moment in the country's history. India will host heads of state for the G20 summit this weekend, and they will be accompanied by hundreds of delegates, along with the leaders of world institutions such as the UN and the World Bank. And hosting them is both a challenge for the city's hotels as well as an opportunity to shine. Ishan Garg reports from New Delhi.
Pushing full steam ahead. In the final days before the G20 summit, chefs at New Delhi's Hyatt Regency hotels are including new items on their menu. From the Chinese Sichuan Mapo tofu to Singaporean noodles, the dishes are prepared in what the head chef calls mama style, comfort food made with love, in this kitchen that will be cooking for world leaders.
The pressure we have, of course, because everything has to be perfect. We cannot fail. We have to pay attention to a lot of details.
In a culinary twist, chefs are also making an effort to include millet in dishes, like in these cookies and cakes. India has recently made a huge push to promote and export the hardy, drought-resistant grain, once a local staple, calling it the food of the future. Indeed, the G20 preparations extend beyond making international guests comfortable. It's also about promoting all things Indian to them, such as India's rich flavors. Chef, why this plate? What does it represent?
Okay, so this one is, everyone in India knows that this is a thali. Okay, but what we're actually trying to do over here is that we're trying to get something called as Taste of India. So everyone, as a delegate coming into India, gets to taste and flavor various elements from various parts of India.
During the two-day summit, these kitchens will work non-stop with hotels already fully booked. Security preparations are being made in lockstep with the Delhi police to provide ample cover to the VIPs.
So literally every inch of the hotel is covered by surveillance, by our own camera systems in conjunction with Delhi police. We will have their people also involved, the security agencies also involved in providing, as I said, a security blanket. But a lot of that, as I said, is mostly digital and electronic. That's the focus.
The hotels say this is a chance to leave a lasting impression on world leaders, for themselves, for the city and for the country. While hotels are putting their best foot forward to cater to the G20 delegates, there's also been a sharp hike in tariff rates. According to reports, some hotels have doubled their tariffs while others have quadrupled them. For the delegates, this could be a mild inconvenience, but for the hotels, it's an opportunity to take their profits back to pre-pandemic levels. Some hotels are already registering profits close to what they were in 2019 before India's nationwide lockdown was imposed for the COVID-19 pandemic. Some of the credit goes to the many G20 meetings conducted across the nation in the past year under India's G20 presidency.
Revenue from this front has been significant, I would say, for sure. Not only for Hyatt, but for all the hotels and for the industry in general. Things have looked much better than last year in 2023, and I would say that 8 to 10% growth in both revenues and profits this year.
This growth comes at a time when hotels are investing to upgrade themselves to ensure a memorable experience for international guests. They say they are hoping to embody the age-old Indian proverb, Atithi Devo Bhava, or guest is godly, as they prepare for the G20 summit and beyond. Ishan Garg, CNA, New Delhi.